Welcome back, Bravehearts. Happy Monday. I hope you had a really beautiful weekend as he clears his throat. So, welcome back to the 6-day Advanced Water Fasting Challenge live Q&A. I'm your host, Dr. Darrell Wolfe. If you don't know me, I'd really like you to get to know me and know this, that we are all in this together, but we cannot be in this together if we're going to stay apart, if we're going to have a broken heart, if we don't get smart, okay? All of these things really matter, all right? Because you matter, all your questions matter. Make sure that you are only going to people and talking to people that you matter. You have to matter. Your questions have to matter. And if you're not a detective, today, then guess what? Then there will be crimes going on all around you and inside of you, okay? If you're not a detective. You need to wise up. Understand something. When I say this, I mean this in the best way, and I'm not trying to put anybody down. But I'd say anywhere from 8 to 9 people out of 10 are sleepwalkers. And that is this. They have low vibrational thoughts. They drink low vibrational liquids. They eat low vibrational foods. Okay? They hang around with low vibrational people. And that's why in this situation, you don't get what you deserve in our world. You get what you allow. You don't get what you deserve. You get what you allow. Okay? So I allow nothing that will dishonor me. I demand respect from myself, okay? Unconditional love for myself, and that every day I'm growing consciously, not physically, okay? And every day that I am feeding my spirit, because if you don't feed your spirit, you'll never be physically healed. That's why people go around and they have illnesses all their life. Go figure. Really. You'd think that if you weren't a sleepwalker and you keep going back to the same health care that nobody's getting well in and you're living in hell in it, you would think that you would wake up to the fact, okay? Like who would go to a practitioner that says, I have 2.23 success rate after 5 years with cancer? Who would do that? So understand something. I really don't know who created human beings. I do know that God created the universe, but sometimes I really wonder about the other part, because think about it. Your subconscious is 90% of your brain, okay? Oh, and by the way, this is the live Q&A, and I'll get to it in a minute. But your subconscious is 90% of your brain, and if you're not the one training your brain, then someone else is training it for you. Do you think Stalin could have happened? Do you think Hitler could have happened? Do you think that this could happen if we weren't sleepwalkers? Do you think that this could happen if you believe that you deserve only the best? Okay? Do you believe that this could actually happen if you really honored, loved, and respected yourself? Seriously. Do you think what you put into your shopping cart? Do you think what you put into your mouth? Do you think what you put into your mind? Do you even think what comes out of your mouth? These are just questions. And I'll tell you something, these are questions that I ask myself all the time. I believe that if I don't change at least 1% every day, then guess what? Then I'm never, ever going to find my authentic self. And what is that? Let me tell you something. The personality I have today will not be the personality I have in 6 months. If you think I haven't changed to this C situation, this V situation, you got another thing coming. Okay, I found my lion heart roar, and it stays with me. And I hold the line for my family, for my friends, for myself. And I will not be disrespected. And every system out there is toxic and it disrespects you. This is day 5 of the Advanced Water Fasting Q&A. Let's get some rules straight. And if you don't believe me about these rules, you will. You'll remember them when you're in pain and suffering. You'll remember them when you don't have the energy to heal, when you don't have your business anymore. Because understand something, if you follow the guidelines I'm giving you, you're going to be almost untouchable. And that's the deal. So here it is. So go take a look at the Perfect Day Guide, the 4 pillars of the perfect day in my library. And just know this, that we have spent tens of thousands of dollars to create what we call the Perfect Day Guide for our patients. And everyone who gets a Perfect Day consultation will be getting this guide. And this is the most simple to follow, but most powerful guide if you want to learn how to take your life back. And that'll come with every consultation. And with every consultation, we charge $150. You get a money back if you don't think that we've gone further than the $150. And we'll also give you lifetime support whenever you want to call. This isn't a pitch. But if you still want to put Band-Aids on your owies, your wounds, your diseases, then understand something. Band-Aid therapy is what everybody's doing out there. And the reality is if you want to make emergency care your health care, then you'll always be in a 911 emergency. And guess what? You've unconsciously disrespected your God-given gift called your body to be down here and have a physical experience as a spiritual being. And the reality is, if I bought you something or gave you something and you don't respect it, you'll either destroy it or lose it, or it'll be taken away from you. So your body is like, I'd like to say it's like a Visa card. Are you making daily payments with the perfect day of loving, honoring, and respecting yourself on a physical and emotional level? And if you're not, then you are losing pieces of yourself already. Unless you understand that you are an electromagnetic light energy being and you're going to feed your spirit, well, you can kiss your butt goodbye. And guess what? Don't tell me that you poop right. Don't tell me that you've got energy. Don't tell me that you know how to eat properly, because guess what? I've got courses that I do on a continual basis, and I'll have practitioners, and I'm not putting them down. Understand something. Everything out there has been twisted and watered down. And I'll have practitioners that have been in the practice for 20, 30, 40 years, and they'll come here and it's just like they're still in kindergarten. And not just that, but they haven't got their facts straight. And that's the God's truth. You know, I stated on my one-a-day this morning that I'll put any of my practitioners that only took a 22-day course up against anybody that's gone to school for 10 years, 20 years, or been in practice for 20, 30, or 40 years. I'll put them up against them because it's wisdom. It's not about knowledge. Because you need wisdom, okay? Oh my God, he's so smart. Really? Really? Well, I think he's a terrorist. And I think that actually his information is actually hurting people. And if that's as good as health gets, we're all in trouble. Okay, so understand something. I don't care from what walk of life you come from. You can be like a mother that's raised her children, which is the most amazing job you'll ever have, and then decide you want to be a practitioner and then just spend a few $1,000s and come and see me, and I'll make you into a practitioner that you will be certified by the World Organization of Natural Medicine. And guess what? I will refer to you. I will back you. I will train you every week for the rest of your life and help you out. And we will build you a website. We will do everything that we possibly can for your success, because guess what? You go to school, you're a fool. Any institution that is certified or approved of by the government is toxic. It's twisted. And that's what it is. And I can say what I want. This is my life, and it really doesn't matter because I've already proven it, okay, that I can have medical doctors, chiropractors, naturopaths come to my course and go, holy crap, wow, why didn't they teach us this? So you know what? You can think I'm arrogant, you can think I'm egotistical, but at the end of the day, what other course will say that they'll give money back, all right? So if somebody comes and takes my course and within the first day, if they don't think it's meant for them, okay, or they think that it's not right, then guess what? We'll give them their money back and then they can go on their way, all right? Because the reality is this. If we had every practitioner offering a money-back guarantee, they'd have to bring their game up, wouldn't they? They'd have to take really a good look at what they're doing and understand something. If it's government approved, it's toxic. That's all I'm going to say. And at the worst case scenario, it's watered down. So understand, you don't get what you deserve on this planet. You get what you allow. And you want to know something? If you fought as hard for your rights as you did for the toilet paper when we couldn't get it, we'd all be healthier. And that is the bottom line. Okay? So just understand that I'm going to be keeping a clinic in Canada. Okay? All right? It's a beautiful 3,000 square foot space. We're going to have a practitioner doing Wolfe non-surgical there because people are asking, so I'm just telling it. And we'll be doing consultations live from there. It'll also be our fulfillment center for Canada. And but understand something. I'll only be coming up to visit. Our main office will be Ixtapa Palace, Mexico. And it's going to be called Ixtapa Palace World Healing and Training Center. And understand, we will treat you like family. We won't mess you around. We will show you that training comes before treating, and we will treat you, but we'll treat you to the point that you'll say, I need to learn this, Dr. Wolfe. And then I'll say to you, that's right. And you'll go, well, how many years do I need to go to school? You need passion, you need purpose, and every family needs a practitioner hero, and that would be you. And if you can't get a really good practitioner that knows how to relieve scar tissue, put the calcium back into the bones, melt the crystallization, and guess what? Hold the line on an emotional level and teach everybody in that family how to unconditionally love themselves, then guess what? You can kiss your butt goodbye. Because I'll tell you something right now, 40 to 60% of the population, unless there's a miracle, and you know what? The only miracle that I've seen since I've been here is the miracles that I create. Okay? Oh yeah, it's a miracle of the sun, the air, the water, the God-given planet. Okay? But understand something. You need to own it. You need to find your authentic self because God only whispers. Anytime there's something screaming in your head, it's not that. Okay? You need to be calm, and people are not calm, and that's why people are falling apart. Let me go through a couple things that are coming up, and then I'm going to answer questions, and here's the deal. So, before we move on, people say to me, Dr. Wolfe, you don't talk about a lot about animal protein. And I'll tell you, well, because I like the science of things. And animal protein has a zero frequency. Okay? A zero frequency. It has no vibration. Okay? Because the spirit has left it. And guess what? A vegetable or a fruit, okay, if it's not been cooked to death and it's fresh and raw, it has, okay, spirit. It has energy flowing through it. Okay? And something is giving up its life for us. Whereas you can have animal protein, I just wouldn't overdo it. I would also make sure the animal doesn't have to be certified organic, but let's make sure it wasn't poisoned with drugs and chemicals, and make sure that the farmer loved it like it was his friend. So that's the only way I would do it. And then you got to know about food combining. So what I tell people is, if you really want to be healthy, take a look at the Perfect Day diet in the 4 pillars of the Perfect Day. So what we're going to be doing, everyone, just so you know, is we're going to be doing another advanced water fast just before I leave for Mexico. Okay? And then, because I'm trying to keep to the schedule. So I'll have the date, I think it's around the middle of July. We'll do the 2-week preparation video, and then the Perfect Day. And the Perfect Day diet is basically a whole plant-based diet. And you'll start taking some supplementation. You'll make sure that you get the toxic load out of your bowel, start detoxifying your liver, because the more you bring down the toxic load, the infection, the inflammation, the more energy you're going to have for healing and to create autophagy and to create stem cell making. So on the Perfect Day, you won't eat until 11 or 12 o'clock, and if it's your first time and your mind owns you, or someone else owns your mind, I should say, and you can't go till 11 or 12 o'clock without eating, get a headache, that's how toxic you are. And understand something, there's nothing more powerful in this world than thoughts, and you get that. Thoughts are more powerful than food. Thoughts are more powerful than medicine. Thoughts are energy medicine, and energy medicine is what we are, electromagnetic light energy beings. So the perfect day is based on high energy medicine products and high energy medicine food, and teaching you to keep a slight smile on your face and to stay connected to your lion heart breath and to be going 3, 2, 1, I got this. That's a kiss. That's a hug. Snug as a hug. And guess what? I am my brave heart. And just learning how to do mirror work, learning how to put sticky notes all around the house to remind you to love yourself well. Now, so we want to do that for 2 weeks. And remember something, everybody. We're going to do this. If you want to remain healthy on this toxic planet, understand, I'm totally healthy, and it doesn't matter how toxic this gets. I just need to bring up my vibration. I just need to bring up my game. I'm bigger than any virus. I'm bigger than any fungus. I'm bigger than any bacteria, bad one. And I'm definitely, okay, I have a filter to know BS, dysfunctional belief systems that the whole world is taking up right now. I don't want to be around crowds. You know what, when they first said, oh, we can't do crowds anymore, I'm not really wanting to be around crowds where crowds have gone. The majority of the population lives in a fear state, and I don't want any of that on me. No, thank you. But I will help anyone who's in fear because false evidence appearing real to help to get them out of it. You know what? Thoughts are everything. The image you have about yourself, the image you have for the world, the image you have for me. How many people do you hate? How many people do you hate? How many things do you hate? Well, guess what? How many things are you angry at? I'm not saying, do I dislike some of the people's beliefs? Yes, but that doesn't mean I think about it. I don't focus on what I don't want. I focus on what I do want. And guess what? Call it selfish. I really don't care. Okay, I'm going to center my energy center it into myself. I'm going to be that light. I'm going to be that braveheart hero for my children, my family, and anybody else that wants to drink that Kool-Aid, because that's the Kool-Aid that heals. And understand something. You know where everybody is just so, you know what? When I think of these people, you know the ones, I don't need to mention their names, that are doing this whole plot thing, okay? You know what? I would never allow them to hang around me. If they lived in my neighborhood, I would move, okay? I wouldn't hang around something so low vibrational. So if I wouldn't hang around with them, I don't need to think about them. I don't really care what they do. The only people that are getting sucked in are the fearful ones and the ones that have never found their authentic self. I'm not going for that bull crap, okay? All right, I don't care how much money they have. Remember something, I got God on my side and I got me on my side. I know who I am. I can smell lie from a million miles away because everything is vibration. And the day that you understand that you are electromagnetic energy light being will be the day that you go, wow, everything needs to be high vibrational in my life, okay? You know, I'm going to tell you something. I talked to a lady this morning about 5:30 in the morning overseas, and she said, yeah, me and my husband have been in therapy, and this is our 8th therapist that we're going to, and every time we go to them, the therapists, you know, he doesn't want to do it, and I'm still trying. And I said, listen, there's not enough therapy in the world for you to love someone if you don't already love them. That could be yourself. All right, so the rules are this: perfect day diet, intermittent fasting, embrace coffee enemas, the ultimate coffee enema if you really want an energetic life. 1 day a week, you do a 24-hour water fast. And then every 6 weeks to 2 months, I'm going to be coming live on here. Why do I come on every 6 weeks to 8 weeks? Well, every 6 weeks I come on and we do the preparation video for 2 weeks, the perfect day diet. And then we kick into the 6-day advanced water fasting. And I've got people that have done 30 days, 40 days. They'll either start early. They got their groove because they've done it 2 or 3 times with me. They know how to dance. They know how to do this dance of love. Okay, self-love, self-care. And that's what it is. Practice makes perfect. Oh, I'll never do that. Okay, fine, then don't. Keep doing what you're doing and you'll keep getting what you're getting. Don't be open-minded. Don't fill your heart up with self-love. Wouldn't want to do that. And the reality is, I'm going to tell you something, and then I'll leave this all alone, is that the people that are getting all the things that I will have nothing to do with, this is the measurement of love they have for themselves. I hate myself. I'm stupid. I never liked myself. I just want to be part of something. I want to be part of a team. You know, I don't want to stick out. I don't want anybody pointing a finger at me. I don't want to, yeah. Okay, so understand something. If you go back into what happened with Hitler and Stalin, you'll find out that everybody had warnings. Everybody had signs, and the warnings and the signs are coming. Okay, all right? The food shortages are coming. The hydro is going to be cut off, maybe in the wintertime. You know what? They're going to be stopping us from doing everything. You know, I was talking to a lady in the Netherlands, and this morning, this is a true story, they had to wait an hour to get into the swimming pools the first day they could go in there. And then when they did get in there, they had to stay 6 feet away, and you couldn't jump in. You had to walk in slowly. And then you had to swim really lightly around, and you had to stay 6 feet away. And they all went in a line in a circle for 1 hour, 45 minutes. You're allowed to swim in a circle for 45 minutes. There's absolutely no logic to this at all. It's just seeing, oh, look at, yeah, cattle, calf, cattle. Okay, let's milk that cow until there's nothing left of them, and then we'll send them off to the butcher. Cattle. So what did I tell you at the beginning? And now I'm done. You don't get what you deserve. You get what you allow. Done. So Tuesday, June 1st at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 6-day advanced, June 1st. What's this? June 1st.
Today's May 31st.
Huh?
Today's May the 31st.
Oh yeah, my apologies. So tomorrow, Tuesday, June 1st, I will be doing a 10 a.m. Pacific Standard. I don't even know what month it is, okay? There you go. All right. So Tuesday, June 1st at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I will be doing a live Q&A. It's day 6, okay? And I'll be doing one more live Q&A. And then on Wednesday, we're going to do where I'd like to have, what I'd like to have is I'd like to have people call in. Okay, can we arrange that? And it's kind of the celebration live Q&A. I would like people to call in, and they could call in. How can we do that? Should we have them call in on our phone number here, right?
Yeah, we'll set it up so they can call out there, and then they can send them in to us.
How do they what do you mean, send it to you? Or should they call on my phone and I'll have it right here?
We could try that. I mean,
well, which way works? Do we have it set up in our console that I can hear them online?
Yeah,
if people keep calling, well then we'll get that set up. I want people to call, and I want you to tell me the hero stories and the fearful stories, because everybody needs to hear it. But at the same point, you know, the fearful stories will actually be people that always have fear all the time, and it'll be people that don't know that inflammation, pain, swelling, and redness are your body's way of healing. And also that the swelling part is the body can't heal unless it's in an environment of water. And that's why we swell. And don't be afraid to challenge me on anything, everybody, because I'm well equipped. I've been at this for over 40 years, okay? And I've seen many of my relatives pass on, and they passed on earlier. That's what riveted me to become what I am today, okay? All right, next thing is the Infinite Iodine sale, 25% off for the first, is over tonight. It's over tonight, 1 minute to midnight, okay? The 22-day New World Practitioner Training in Mexico, there's already 20 people, and we will be taking 40 people for that training, and it's going to be the most fantastic adventure, life-changing adventure that will carry on through your whole life. And I really do promise this, okay? So that 22-day New World Practitioner Training, that starts on, of course they didn't write it down. Let me see here. You know, dates are really great. September the 11th, okay? And it's 22 days. You can come down there and just take the 8-day, or you can whole life coach, or you can just take the Wolfe non-surgical, which is 11 days, or you can stay the whole 22 days. So you'd fly in, and then when you fly out, so it's 24 days you would be there, and we've got the most unbelievable rates for you to stay there, so understand that. And while you're there, you're going to be getting fresh fruit all day long. You're going to be getting vegetable juicing throughout the day. We're going to make this so reasonable for everyone to come, and we're going to having lots of adventures. We're going to have bonfires at night. We're going to talk around the bonfire, and then those of you that are there for the 22 days, and you say, you know what? After the 22 days, it'll be Sunday, will be your day off. Okay, we all take the day off, and we'll probably go over to the island. There's a whole bunch of these little deer, and then we'll go snorkeling, and we'll just have a celebration on Sunday. Okay, and then Monday, we will meet for 2 hours in the morning from 9 until 11 when it's cool, and then we'll come back, okay, 9 to 11, and then we'll come back from 7 until 9 at night, and we'll do that for 4 days, and then we'll be more intimate. For those who want to stay and talk to me, we'll be talking about setting up and marketing for your business, emotional things that came up for you during the course, nutritional questions, detox questions, okay? And what we'll do, we will have talked a lot about that, but you know what happens when you can diffuse and you can process? So that's why we're going to let people stay Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, actually 5 days. You'll be with me. So you'll be with me for 10 hours, 2 hours twice a day. And by the time you leave, you're going to be more grounded. You know, a lot of people will just go, gotta run. But the reality is if you calm down and you let things simmer, okay, and you let your mind just kind of let the dust settle, and then we'll have 5 days that you can come and ask me questions, and it'll be really casual. And I will be doing one-on-ones during that last 5 days. So if people want that attention. Now, the extra cost is nothing. Okay, it's my gift because I want you to be the best you can be. Okay, let's move on. So the next water fast is July the 14th. That's the kickoff. And that's the kickoff for the preparation. So what I'll be doing is going over the perfect day, all the products you need to order and things of that nature. And then the kickoff is on the 28th. For the 6-day advanced water fast, you can go longer, you can go shorter, you can sit on the sidelines, do whatever you want. Hey, it's your life, it's your party, okay? For our weekly newsletter, go to docofdetox@itioh.com, or you can go to docofdetox.com or go to itioh.com. If you join our newsletter, I promise you, you're not going to get tons of advertising from us. Hey, Sean? No. We're just going to let you know when there's sales on and when there's special things coming. That's it. This is not to beat you up, okay? So join our Braveheart Nation, seriously. And if you don't like us, you know what to do. Just get rid of us. Next thing, go to t.me/the Doc of Detox. I don't just put anything there. Download Telegram on your phone, on your computer, and go to t.me/the Doc of Detox. Can you put that up, please, for them? Okay. Or you can go to Rumble at Doc of Detox. And understand, you're going to get all the information that they don't want you to have. And I'm not in there doing conspiracy stuff. I'm not in there trying to trauma, trying to build up these platforms. That's not what it's about. It's about giving you real information, real science. For international orders and product inquiries, everybody. So from around the world, you can call on WhatsApp at 250-215-8004. You can also call on FaceTime, 250-215-8004. Or you can also call on Skype. And the Skype is what? Remember, Sean?
It's the same number as WhatsApp.
No, it's Skype. It can be the phone number, but it also Skype is also DOD.
DOD helpline.
And there's no dots? No. Okay, so if you want to call us on Skype, it's DOD helpline if you want to make an order. Okay? All right. And just know this, that if you want to get a consultation from any of our consultants, they can do it on Skype, they can do it on phone, anywhere around the world. I know people go, I need to see you in person. And the reality, okay, So go to a good naturopath. They're going to charge you $3.50 an hour, and they're going to charge you for every call. Or you can pay us $150, and I'm going to put a master consultant on with you. They're going to do a 1 hour, give you the audio, and then guess what? You can call us for the rest of your life and no extra charge. And the reality is, if we create a reality personality map for you from the minute you wake up till you go to bed, and then we keep tweaking it, come on, that's how you do it. You don't go for a consult and think you got it, because when you come for a consult, what people like to do is load you up with products because they know you're not going to come back because it's too expensive. And understand, we're not going to charge more than $150 ever, because this is a courtesy. Because health is like speaking a new language. And who speaks a new language with only 1 hour of training? So we know that you're going to have questions, and your questions matter. And I don't like texting, I don't like emails, I like phone calls. I want to hear your voice. I can tell in your voice, and so can my practitioners, because of the way we train them. They're master trainers. They can tell in your voice how you're doing that day. They can hear you, they can feel you. Let me tell you something. We are, okay, energies in motion, okay? And where you're at with your emotions is going to tell you where you're going in your life. So you know what? Stop letting people scare you. Stop letting people disrespect you. Let me tell you something. Find me a family that in the whole family they don't disrespect each other, that they don't push each other's pain and suffering buttons. We've all been programmed for it. It's not that people are bad. It's people have bad programs, but they're not their programs. They're their programs. And they downloaded them. That's why it's called television. That's why it's called channeling. That's why it's called programming. Okay? Somebody told me I should go on to Prime. So I went on Prime last night, and Utopia, there's this, it's disgusting. And all it is trying to make a joke out of it with killing and blood and talking about vaccinations and about all the crap that's going on. So you know what? They just play us. You know, what person in their smart mind is even going to watch that? And also, guess what, guys? I went on last night and checked out Netflix. I checked out Prime, and almost everything on there is disgusting. Okay? Disgusting. And go check out my Telegram and find out what UNICEF is up to. Okay? All right? Let's put it this way. PORNO. Okay, so just know this. You know, the World Health Organization, all of these great systems out there, they were all created for the elite. None of them were created for you. The only system that was created for you is the one that you have inside yourself, and the solar system. Solar system and your system. That's it. Every other system out there works for them, like you didn't notice. Oh my God, it's so hard to figure out on how to get the chemicals out of the water, the air, the food. What are we going to do? Walk away. Anyways, all right, let's get to it. So Extop September the 11th to October the 2nd. And that's about it. Krista, can you answer how to avoid surgery for spinal stenosis? Thanks, Krista, for sending that in. You can start sending your questions in here if you want, if you're on YouTube or Facebook. All right? Okay. Well, first of all, spinal stenosis, everyone, is actually calcification, crystallization, and scar tissue wrapped around the nerve. Okay? So here's the deal. Oh, I wish I could find that. 1 second here. Let me think here. Can you ask somebody to come in? I'd love them to find this recording. Here, no. Just, Sean, just have them go onto my computer, my other computer, and onto my phone and try to see if they can find an audio on the spine. Okay, let me think. How was that? Let me think here. It might have been under Whole Life Coach under my on my computer. Tell them to go to that, and it's an audio I was sent by, her name is Anna, and where the doctor was telling her that she needed surgery, okay, and because she had stenosis. But they can look on here. Maybe somebody knows how to do this. Okay, so let me just explain something. So I had a call by a lady in New York, and she had spinal stenosis, and she went and audioed the whole thing. This is supposed to be the best spinal surgeon in New York. Anyways, I would love for you to hear it. I'm actually going to play. I will play it on the one a day tomorrow, and I'll stop it and I'll tell you what he's lying about and what he thinks he knows, what he doesn't know, and what he really does know. And I'll play that as the one a day if I don't find it, because you got to hear this. It's beautiful. And the reality is I'm not telling you not to get surgery. I'm not against surgeons. But the reality is only 5% of all surgeries actually need to get done. And the rest of them, if there was self-care and self-love, they would have never gotten done. Okay? And I don't mind if you want to come on, Mr. Surgeon or Doctor, and you want to challenge me, let me know. We'll do a complete show of that, where you can see if you can nail my butt, because I'm not trying to nail yours. I'm trying to tell you that we need to give the power back to the people. End of story. Okay, so Krista. So scar tissue, calcification, crystallization, and guess what? It's mainly the scar tissue and the calcium. It creates a wall, okay? It creates a wall. So here it is. You've got your spine, and, okay, 1 second. You've got your spine. Now, where does most spinal stenosis take place? Oh, I just love this stuff, because if you're a detective, you can put all the dots together and you can see the picture. Where does most spinal stenosis take place? And it could take place in other places if you were hit hard or you're in a surgery. I'm not in a surgery, in an accident. So if you're hit hard or in an accident. But where does it take place? L3, L4, L5. Now, why would it be there more than anywhere else, like about 80% of the time? Well, because the whole planet almost is pooping in their pelvis. Okay, understand something. Leaky gut, everybody suffers from it. You can't have any type of disease or negative symptoms going on a physical level in the body unless you're pooping in your pelvis. And understand something. Don't tell me that people poop right. They don't. Don't tell me that they feel good. Okay, first of all, 80% of the population is overweight, 40% is obese, and guess what? This is because they are rotten to the core. The core is rotting out because they've got root rot, which is the large intestine, and the integrity, because of all the infection and inflammation, has gotten rid of the one cell and created, so you've got one cell tight, one cell thick. And what happens is, through infection and inflammation, the cells come apart. And then with antibiotics and with the yeast turning into fungus and with the inflammation, you start getting holes in your intestine. Okay, and when you get that, you're pooping in your pelvis. What do you think? So now, that fills up the pelvic bowl, right? I don't know where that is. Okay, so that fills up your pelvis. This is your pelvis, guys. Does it look like a soup bowl? Yeah, sure does. And then what you've got is you've got your large intestine coming down and then boop, right? So, but we've got 5 to 7 feet of large intestine, and because people have stagnated waste, because they eat plastic, glicky, sticky, gooey foods, man-made foods, okay, by the time it gets down here, it's rotting. So people are rotting out. Their whole abdomen's rotting out. Your abdomen is supposed to store 85% of your energy and make 85%. Trust me, that's why people don't have any energy. That's why they're sleepwalkers. You're only a sleepwalker because you've been dumbed down, because you've been poisoned. Now, so you start pooping in your pelvis. Well, tell me I'm wrong. 50% of the women are dripping urine into their underwear because they have pelvic rot. Did you hear what I said? What about 50% of the women also have endometriosis? How about the fibroids? How about the cysts, the ovarian cysts? How about the bladder infections? How about the hip replacements, because you pooped into your pelvis so much that you actually created so much inflammation, it spread out to your hips, and the inflammation pulled on the calcium out of your hips. So now you got fractures in your hips, fractures in all the bones in the area. So what do you think's happening here? We filled up the pelvis with poop, particles, infection, bad bacteria, mold, and now viruses. Ooh. Now what happens is this is filled up with toxicity. Look what's behind it. Oh, isn't that something? L3, L4, L5. And understand something. When you've got infection, you get inflammation. When you get inflammation, you got to pull the calcium from the bones to buffer down the acidity, because if you don't do that, how would you like to have cancer there? So that's what calcium is used for, to buffer down the acidity so that you don't have mutation. Okay, remember something, calcium ions. This is why we talk about the calcium ion therapy with the Merigen, okay, with the Merigen. And we've got 6 different calcium ion therapies for children, Alzheimer's, dental problems, joint problems, and then Merigen's the strongest one. Go take a look at that. If you go to my library, go in and click on the calcium ion therapy and you'll see what amazing really is. Okay, so now we're pulling calcium from the bones from where? From your spine. You're pulling the calcium from your spine and your hips to try to buffer down all the inflammation in here. Because guess what? What does inflammation do? Well, if you ever put a burger on the or a steak on the barbecue and you walk away and you forget it, it's going to shrivel and shrink. So the same amount of fibers are going to be in the steak, but it's going to be thinner and it's going to be shorter. And that's what it's doing to your tendons, ligaments, muscles, and organs. And that's going on with everyone. So go ahead and stress out. Go ahead and have fear. The end of the world's coming. Blah, 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 blah. Okay? Start loving and respecting yourself or burn up like a steak on the barbecue. And understand something. Inflammation is a fire. How do you put the fire out? Well, we already said with the calcium and being pulled to buffer it down. So now you got displaced calcium, right? And the displaced calcium is going to be what? Wrapping and walling itself around the nerve. So now we've got a wall of calcium there. But guess what else? You see the discs that are in between every vertebrae? Guess what? Those discs, oh my God, your discs have thinned out so much. You know, they used to be like this, but now they're this thin. We're going to have to do a spinal fusion. We're going to have to put rods in. Are you kidding me? Okay, you get me a person that has stenosis, and we'll go in and we'll work on the spine, okay? And we'll pull the scar tissue apart. We'll get them on calcium ion therapy, get the calcium back into their bones. And to get calcium ion therapy, you have to call us because we're not allowed to put it on our store because it's too powerful. End of story. That's all I want to say. You don't believe me, it doesn't matter, but the FDA said we can't put it on the store. There you go. So now what happens is these discs that are thinning out, they're not thinning out, they're dehydrating and they're compressing, okay? They're compressing. So now if I were to work on your whole spine and I took 1 hour to an hour and a half, you would be 1 inch to 2 inches taller. You're not losing height because you're losing calcium. You're losing height because the fibrous discs in between your vertebrae are thinning. And as they thin, you're going to be putting more pressure on your spinal column. You know, the spinal column itself, the fluid isn't going to flow properly, and all the nerves around the area are going to become inflamed, calcified, and scar tissue. So when they do an x-ray, they go, you've got spinal stenosis, because they can't see the nerve. And then they'll tell you the nerve is dying. So I'm going to play that video for you tomorrow, that audio. It's an audio. And what I'll do is I'll pick a nice view, and then I'll play the audio for you, and you can just sit back. It's about, 10 minutes. Anyway, so what surgeons say and doctors say is, the nerve is dead. It'll never come back alive again. And I call BS. Unless the nerve has been cut by a knife, it's coming back. The human body's amazing. You don't need surgery until you need surgery. And if somebody has to go to surgery after we've worked on them, we'll refund your money on any of the consultations or any of the body work we've done. And there's nothing like Wolfe non-surgical, and there is no other treatment out there that goes in. And what happens is, see, your muscle fibers, your tendons, your organs, they all have fibers in them. But in between it, blood flow, energy flow, lymph flow. And then what happens through your glicky, sticky diet and your mind that's a riot and terrorizing you, okay, the fibers stick together. And then guess what? And then they start to shrivel. And then you say, I've got a knot in my neck. I got a knot in my back. I got a knot in my hip. Just like when you have a low back problem and then you get sciatica, it's your sacroiliac joint and it's wrapped with scar tissue and crystallization. And then with the stenosis, it's the same thing. It's not rocket science. But you know what? The whole time when I was in school, in college, okay, and I did a lot of schooling, nobody told me this. I found this. I researched this. I put this together. When I got out of college, okay, and when I learned the body work that I learned, I threw it all in the garbage can within a year. All of it. And then guess what? My organization that I was belonged to said that if I started doing my own courses, okay, that they were going to take me to court. I ripped up the diploma and gave it to them, and now I don't have, now I'm not covered under insurance, but I don't want to be, because people who are covered under insurance, if they don't pay with their own money to come to you, then they're playing Inky Dinky Schnitzel House, thank you. So it was the best thing I ever did. And that's a God's truth story. All right? Okay, so anyways, can you answer how to avoid surgery for spinal stenosis? You call up, you get a consultation from us, and you're going to avoid surgery. If you don't avoid it, we'll give you your money back on the consult, but guess what? You still got the best information you ever got in your life, and most people are going to go to surgery, and why? Because they're running a hate program for themselves. And now you're going BS, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Yeah, well, tell me when psychology doesn't overrule biology and it's every time 100%. And tell me that you feel like a force to be reckoned with or you feel like a victim. And understand something. As long as you have a disease, you are a victim. You want to get your Braveheart on? Let's move forward. If you don't, I got it. And I get it. If I get 2 out of 100 people watching me today going, hey, Dr. Wolfe, and the other 98 going, wow, what a scam artist, I think we're right on schedule, okay? Because I can't go in and deprogram people that have been programmed by their family, by TV, by their doctors, so-called doctors. Doctor means what? Teacher. Have you been taught anything lately? Okay, all right, let's move on. Wendy, I recently learned about terrain theory and am wondering why chickenpox spreads. Well, terrain theory is not really about chickenpox. Chickenpox spread to build up your immune system, okay? My wife and I would have chickenpox parties. Understand something. Today you might go to jail for that. And that's because guess what? Go ahead, kill the virus in everyone and there'll be nobody left on this planet, because viruses, the viruses that we get are to make us stronger. But the problem is, if you don't self-care and self-love, and you are a drug addict, whether it's prescription or street, or you're an alcoholic, or you just drink every day and don't call yourself an alcoholic, which you are, okay, and you eat the majority population's so-called good diet, then you're going to have too many viruses, and you're going to have very virulent strains, and then you don't have an immune system to actually create the antibodies, and that's all it is. So that's the deal. So I don't know how anybody could think that we're going to change millions of years of this is how it works. But now we've got a few smart people in the world that decided that viruses are the enemy. So go ahead, make the bugs the enemy and you will be gone. Make bad bacteria the enemy. Why don't you make it your friend? I'd make a bad bacteria my friend, and I would love it into a good one. No, let's just go in and just blow it up, because antibiotics are a form of chemo. And if you don't think you're wiping yourself out, and understand, go ahead and do it. I'm not telling you not to. But the reality is, if you know what, you better not be doing antibiotics unless you have a life-threatening situation. And if you go ahead and do antibiotics and it's not a life-threatening situation, you're going to become one. Oh, so go in there and undermine the most intelligent and most powerful part of you is your bacteria. You got 50 trillion cells, but you got 500 trillion bacteria. And if they're bad bacteria, then you've been bad, for goodness sake. Why can't you be good? Why can't you self-care? Why can't you self-love? And they would turn like that. You give me one good bacteria, mummy's bacteria, not acidophilus or these products you buy to buffer down, because that's not what's going to do it. It's mummy's. Mummy's bacteria is the only bacteria I am interested in. So you won't see me pushing good bacteria products. I'm not telling you not to take it. You can buffer down the fire for a while, But the reality is inner train is everything. And this is why we use humic fulvic products, daily cleansing tea, the ultimate coffee enema, and other things. I don't want to do a sales pitch here. And the other thing too is, why aren't you eating and treating your body like a garden? So whatever you put in the garden for compost, it better be high vibrational. So why aren't you doing a fresh and raw, whole plant-based diet, 80% of the weight volume of your diet? Then we'll see the light come on, because that's the products that have trapped sunlight and frequency. Karen, I have been clapping and I bruise on my hips and neck and my shoulders. It's not normal. Well, yes, it is. Because guess what? People are rotten to the core. Didn't I tell you? They have, hold on. They have root disease, and that root is the large intestine. And we will be starting, we will be doing next week, okay? We'll probably get into the root of all disease, won't we?
Root of all disease.
Root of all disease next week. So, and then I'll start talking about that, but let me put it to you this way. Do you ever hear anybody say, I didn't even bang into anything, I got a bruise? Well, guess what? You're decomposing. You got tissue rot. So understand something. And you can believe it or not believe it, but this is what she was doing, is she was clapping. This has got light bumps, smooth here. This has got more bumpy bumps. This is called a chopper. This is called a chipper. I put together what was called clapping for health, clapping for life. And if you go into my library and watch it, this is the most amazing thing you can do for yourself, actually. And when you start clapping, if you bruise anywhere, that means that you've got tissue rotting. And that means that you've got contaminated blood and lymph. How's that? And it's just coming to the surface. Healthy people do not bruise. Do you get this? So Karen, what I'd be doing is I'd be keep clapping those areas until you no longer bruise. But go take a look at clapping your lungs and heart for health. And I guarantee that right here, which is the heart meridian, it's going to go black and blue, because I really believe that you have a really beautiful side to you, but you don't fill your own heart up with love, and you have a victim personality. And not on a conscious level, love. I'm not putting you down. Please get this. My God, how can there be so many victims out there? Okay? I've had cancer 3 times. I mean, that's a victim personality. I'm a survivor. No, what about being a thriver? Which one has a higher vibration? Survivor, thriver, survivor, thriver. Come on, please. We are programmed to be victims, and 99.9% of the population have victimitis, and that's the only V that's going around that I can see. Okay? All right. So check it out, and I would keep clapping. You don't need to, but that just tells you the health that you're in. So you're going to need to bring up your vibration on an emotional and physical level. Lewis, how much is it for the practitioner's course? The whole practitioner's course, 22 days. That's the Wolfe non-surgical and the whole life coach course. And with that, we also will build you your own website at cost. With that, you'll be able to carry our products at wholesale. And also, even if you don't want to carry them, you can sell them on your website, and you don't have to carry them, ship them, do anything. And you'll also make there, but you'll have us always supporting you. We have even a marketing team to make sure that you're not making a mistake and spending dollars down the drain. So we really, really guide you. So anyways, for the whole life coach, 22 days, it's $8,000. Not for the whole life coach, for the New World Practitioner training, which is 22 days, the whole life coach and the Wolfe non-surgical, it's $8,000. And a lot of people are going to go, that's a lot of money. Really? Really? Okay. So when you get done, you'll make $150 an hour doing whole life coach consultations, emotional, nutritional. Then you'll make $150 an hour with the Wolfe non-surgical. Do the math. And understand something, everyone. So what do you think the world's going to want after they wake up and find out that they've been schooled, ruled, and fooled? The most important thing will be quality of life. And understand something. If you can find a better practitioner than the ones that we create, good luck. And that is actually a challenge I'm putting out to everyone. So the Whole Life Coach course, which is 8 days, is $3,500. And can you ask them to bring in a Wolfe non-surgical manual and also a Whole Life Coach manual if there's one out there? Yep. And if there isn't, I'll just talk about it. Understand something. My course, okay, nobody's built a manual like this. I don't care what school you go to, what body work, I'll show it to you. And it's a 350-page manual, and it's step-by-step in how to do Wolfe non-surgical, how to go in and deal with any physical problem, whether it's from surgery from scars, endometriosis, somebody needs a hip replacement, they're not going, okay? We haven't had anybody go for a hip replacement in 4 years, okay? Even people that were booked. Knee surgery, we haven't had them go to surgery. Understand that. Carpal tunnel syndrome, you name it. Okay, how about spinal problems? People that were already booked, okay, to have their spine fused, rods put in their spine, okay? And understand something. I'm not telling you to come to us, but the reality is don't do life-threatening things and threaten your life. No, that's not it. Okay, so don't threaten your life with life-threatening things. You know what? Where does God come in? Where do you believe in God? Where do you believe in your body that it can heal? And how is it in the last 100 years the body forgot how to heal? How is it in the last just even year and a half viruses are now the enemy? Seriously. And then you go, yeah, but they are. That's how programmed you are. You couldn't live without viruses. Anyways, this is the manual. Can I show it on 2, please? Here, that's the manual. Okay, take a look. I'm going to tell you something right now, and you can believe it or not believe it. It cost me $75,000 to put this manual together. I'm going to show you everything you need is in here. You'll be able to assess your patient, your client, and you'll know exactly what to do. Everything is in here. Okay, we talk about how emotional becomes physical, how issues in the tissues, and we teach you how when somebody has a specific problem in a specific part of the body, what that emotion is. Yeah, seriously. And guess what? You've never heard that before. Now you're going to call BS on me? That's right. Just because you haven't heard it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And understand something. Just because somebody's doing, most of the world is doing something, doesn't make it right. And understand something. You are not you. You are not you until you can hear the whisper inside yourself, until you go by your gut, until you stop listening to any system out there, until you can hold the line with your family and make sure they stop disrespecting themselves and you. And we've all been taught to do that. Okay? So understand something. There is no course that is cheap as mine that what I'm going to give you, because there's a mission here. And you know what? I'm willing to be challenged by anybody who took my course to tell me that it wasn't worth what it was paid. All right? Who else stands out like this? Who else puts himself on the line? Okay? I do. And I will continue to do that, because you need to challenge yourself. You need to challenge me. And if we challenge each other and we come from a good place, we're both going to grow together. And whether you believe this or not, we are all family, even though there's 1,500 different religions and every one of them thinks they hold the golden key. Go figure. Daniel, let me just go and see if we got questions here. And then I'll come back to these ones. Debbie, what number do I call to get the consultation? You just have to call the 800 number. But you can talk to me, you can call us and talk to us, or you can just go online and go to Doc of Detox, and at the top it says consultations, and then click on there and then read the bio of every one of these people. They're all great. And understand something. These master consultants, they're going to be so there for you, and you can call me. I'm extension 5. I will be your guide, your coach, and so will they. And anyone else that you call here, we will be your guide and coach. Understand something. Don't you get it yet? Texting, it's not human. Email, not human. Okay? Telephone, Skype, WhatsApp, that's human. I want to hear your voice. I want to see your face. Okay? We are family. Do not disconnect. Look at people go, well, I'm just going to send you everything and I go, no. Because as soon as I answer it, it might be incomplete, or then you've got another question. Why don't you just come on? And if you ever come on and I'm on the phone, I'll let you know if I have to do a show or I've got a consult or I've got a meeting, and it's not to rush you. And if you come on the phone, don't go, Dr. Wolfe, is this you? Oh my God, I know you're so busy. I won't take much time. And then speak really fast, because don't do that. Say, good day, this is who you are. And then take your time and know that you should be honored. I should honor you. I should give you time to breathe. I should let you talk, because when you calm down, we're going to get the right answers. When you're not calm, we're going to get the wrong answers. Okay? I'm not looking to try to heal the world. I'm looking to try to heal your world if you want to heal it. That's it. Heather, how are you getting into Mexico without a vaccine? Well, I'll let you know when we get there. Not get to Mexico, but when we're leaving. Now I'm leaving because I have to go to Ecuador first. And I have to do a lecture to about 500 or 600 doctors. And then I'm going to fly to Mexico. And then there it is. There's the head office for itroh.com and Doc of Detox. And understand, I don't know yet, but I have faith and I believe in that which I cannot see. I believe in me. And I know it's all going to work out. It's all going to work out. Did you ever notice something? Things that you don't think will work out don't work out. And then you're really wishing things will work out, but you're nervous they won't. What's going to happen? They don't. You know, when somebody says, I don't want to be sick anymore. Okay, what stands out? Sick. Okay? I am healthy. I am a genius. I got this. I will unconditionally and totally love myself today. I will hold the loving line with my family, and they will not disrespect me, and I will not disrespect them. And I will let them know that I love them when I tell them that I am about to change. Lydia, when I clap, my skin gets so itchy. What do I do? Well, that's increased circulation to show that you have decreased circulation. So I want you to clap harder, longer, stronger, and you'll find out it's going to bruise. Now, did you ever sit on your foot and then you got off and you started walking? Your foot was first, it was numbed out, and then it got itchy and you had to scratch it. Now, do you know what people get when they're losing circulation? They get itchy. Okay, because the body actually triggers you to go scratch the area so that you can stimulate some healing. Dum, da dum. Okay, okay. You know what? I didn't mean dum da dum. You're dum da dum. I mean dum da dum. It's all logical. It's dum da dum. There it is. It's logic. If I've got an itch here, it's because it wants me to scratch to stimulate some healing. Okay. Gaylaine, Dr. Darrell, do you have French persons who work with you? I mean, as professional practitioner with a French website too. No, but I'll tell you one thing right now. The Healthy to 100 book, make sure that Nat gets it up and switches it out. We got a new chapter in there. It's been written in Spanish. So you can get my book in Spanish, Healthy to 100 in Spanish and in English. And if somebody wants to do it in French, I would do it, or any language, but I can't pay to do every language. It would just like crazy. I will do it in any language anybody wants if they want to translate it, okay? Or if they want to translate anything that I have, I'll put it up on the website for people around the world. And I just want you to know that Doc of Detox and itroh.com, International Training Institute of Health, they're both going to be English and Spanish, okay? And no, we don't have anybody French. Mary, can alkaline water be used as a substitute for structured water? Yes. Alkaline water can be. Don't be drinking 9.5 like everybody says, or 10. You're going to mess your stomach up. That's for cancer patients. Alkaline means 8, 8.5, no higher. I would not do it. And the next thing is this. It's still not structured water. I'd rather drink a structured water and it's only a 7 pH than drink an alkaline water at an 8.5. Because guess what? You still have to structure it and your body has to work hard to do it. Water's a food, and getting water, okay. When I structure something, the hydration comes up 1,000%. Think about it. You need things, smaller molecules, no surface tension. Take the nutrition in, bring the toxins out of the cells. Tanya, no antibiotics. Then how do I get rid of an infection in my toe? Oh, okay. So I'm not talking to you as a doctor. I'm not talking to you as anybody, just a guy right now. You're going to tell me that you're going to put an antibiotic in your mouth that's going to wipe out your immune system here in your gut because you have a toe infection. I want the doctor that's telling you that the antibiotic is going to get rid of the toe infection to come on my show. And I'm not putting anybody down, but think about it. Think about how goofy that is. Tell me that we think. How are you going to get rid of the toe infection? Well, if you want to come on and do a doc demo, hey Sean?
Yeah.
Put me to the challenge. If you do what I ask you to do, it'll get rid of the toe infection and it won't come back. And it won't come back. If you cut the toe and it got infected, I get it. If the toe's infected and you didn't bang it or cut it, just think how infected you are in your abdomen. Think how infected you are throughout your body. A toe infection, please, give me something hard to work on. And I'm not trying to talk down to anyone. I'm trying to tell you that they programmed us for dumb. I'm going to take an antibiotic, which is like an atomic bomb, in my large intestine, which is my immune system, to get rid of an infection in my toe. Can you tell that they've run out of answers? Seriously. Get the doctor. Tell him to come on my show. Seriously. And I have the right to do that. And you know what? I'm not doing this because I'm trying to cause trouble. I'm trying to prove to you that this doctor was programmed just like he's trying to program you. Remember something. You can't give what you haven't got. You're only going to give what you got. And if it's broken already, toxic and twisted, what are you giving? Okay? And I'm in a great mood today, guys, so just know that. Okay? It's just that I got this thing going on, right? Truth, honesty, bravery. Sorry if it offends anyone. Okay. Gene, how much would it cost to stay there and take entire course? Entire course would be $8,000, and right now we're working out a really good deal. The rooms are going to be not expensive at all. And I do mean that. I'll know it by tomorrow. They're just working that out right now, getting the details. And there's going to be fresh fruit all day long for you, because when you come, I want you to eat as much fruit as possible, fresh, organic. And then we're going to have vegetable juicing, and you can vegetable juice as much as you want. We're going to have carrot, we're going to beet, we're going to have celery, we're going to have greens, we're going to have apples, we're going to have watermelon, we'll have papaya. We'll have everything fresh that we can get our hands on. And you can eat to your heart's content and understand something, okay? It's all about frequency and it's all about vibration. And if you eat like that throughout the day, and then let's say you go out and you have one meal a day, whether it be lunch or supper, and you want to have more grounding, then fine, do it. I get it, okay? But for the whole life coach, I would suggest that when you come, try to do the perfect day diet before you come to the course. And then we'll just do fruit and vegetable juice for the whole life coach those days, and then go to the beach and just stand in the beach and get soaked with iodine and sun and Mother Nature, okay? And then when we start the Wolfe non-surgical, then we'll start bringing in more foods that will create more bulk energy, okay? So that you're really up there, but we'll still have the fruit, we'll still have the veggies, we'll still have the juices, all right? And just know this, everybody. We already have people signed up that they're coming for up to 9 months in a year. They're coming there. They're coming to live there, okay? And they're going to get special deals. And the thing is, we're going to be taught how to garden. They're going to work with us. They're actually going to work with us. So they're going to stay there. They're going to work with us, but they're not going to work with us where we pay them. They want to come and they want to be part of everything. So to learn everything. And understand, if you're a practitioner, you can do it. You can call me, but not until we get set up. We've already got enough people right now. Once we get set up, okay, think about it. 220 condo units, right? So understand, maybe 30 condo units are filled up with people helping us. And the rest are all people from all around the world staying for 1 week up to a year. And we've got practitioners coming from around the world that do color therapy, that do different types of emotional therapy. We have where you can learn how to garden, where you can learn how to become a whole plant-based chef. We've got things coming in that from so many different things. And we're going to have things coming from A to Z. Like we're going to have people that actually know how to move energy, shift energy. We're going to have actually an actual shaman there that will be doing sweat lodges, that will be doing things like crystal gazing. And if you're going, okay, that's it, now I've had too much of him, crystal gazing, now he's just gone too far. Understand something. You haven't gone far enough if you don't know what I'm talking about. Okay? So the reality is you think you know things, understand something. We have been programmed to do their bidding. It's over for me. This is why we're creating this mecca called Extapa World Healing and Training Center. Okay, you know, we're building a studio there. And Sean, is it going to be anything but amazing?
It's going to be amazing.
That's right, because everybody deserves amazing. Okay? Unleash the power that God has given you. Find your passion, find your purpose, whatever that is, and go for it. Okay? All right, so I've got lots of other questions here. I really apologize. I think I talk too much. Well, I know I do. But tomorrow I won't talk. I'll just come on, do questions, and off. But I have to go. Okay? I have to run. And I just want to thank you. I promise I'll get to the rest of them. Right? We will. We've got a whole bunch from Facebook from the weekend. I will knock them off tomorrow. And we've got a bunch here. All right. So I'll be back tomorrow, Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And let me just see here what we got going on. I've got Peter Webb this week on Wednesday. And Peter Webb's going to be coming on and talking about all the things he's learned about 5G, Wi-Fi, about our foods, our soil, gardening, protecting our homes, our schools, our churches, what he's learned. And we're going to be talking too about bodyguard, the protector, the guardian, the defender, and understand something. I believe that this is the most powerful device in protecting us, believe it or not, against blue light and also 5G, but mainly 5G, Wi-Fi, and all the cellular transmissions that are always bombarding us continually. Okay? And let's see here. Wednesday, fast. Iodine sales over tonight. And as I said, I've got Peter Webb on Wednesday at, what time's he on at?
I believe it's 10 a.m.
Yeah, so Wednesday it'll be 8 a.m., right? Wednesday is 8 a.m. for the fasting challenge. It's 8 a.m. and then Peter will be on
It's
it.
at 10 on the 3rd.
What do you mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
on the 3rd on Thursday. Oh,
Yes.
then I'm wrong. My apologies, everybody. So Wednesday, June the 2nd, okay, 10 a.m. is the celebration one where I'd like you to call in. And if you want to call in and tell your story, if you call into my phone, well, I'll give you the numbers because we haven't figured that out yet, have we?
No, not quite yet.
Okay, and then Wednesday, June the 2nd, we'll have him on at 10 a.m. and we'll be talking about the Crystal Life products, radionics, frequencies, and how to bring up the vibration of your foods, your body, your animals, your home, and how to protect yourself. All right? Thanks for joining me. And do you know how much you're worth? I hope you're worth everything. And you'll know how much you're worth because guess what? It'll depend on how much you fill up your own heart with love. Don't look for anybody else to fill it up. Right now, your friends, your family, your neighbors, and everyone else, they're out of control. Most of them are out of control. Tell me I'm wrong. This is a good time for you to wake up. Now, I did a talk yesterday, and then I'm going to leave you with this. And I said this. I'm not telling you I'm right. Okay? I'm not telling you I'm right. But I will tell you this much. I believe that if you believe that you are an electromagnetic spirit being, and if you believe that you're infinite and that your spirit will live forever, wouldn't it get to the point that there's enough pornography? There's enough child abuse? There's enough sexual abuse, emotional abuse? There's enough poisons in the water and poisons in the air, poisons in the food? What do you think? Do you think maybe the creator of all things is saying, if you can't grow consciously and bring your vibration up, then you will become part of the harvest? So do you actually think people like me are going to leave the planet? I'll tell you right now, 100% no. Would you think maybe a sleepwalker or a real fearful person that's got 2 masks on, that got the V maybe once, twice, and maybe even 3 times, that actually believes all this stuff, do you think they're going to still be around? Unless you bring your vibration up and you actually start growing, not just consciously, but super consciously, okay? Because think about it, and I'll end it with this. Did you know that Jesus did water fasting because he was fat, sick, and exhausted? Just kidding. He never was. He did water fastings for 40 days because he wanted to grow super consciously, because he wanted to be able to actually link up with that which created the universe. Do you think low vibrational people are actually connected? Oh, I know a lot of religious people, but are they high vibrational people? Or do they just verbatim, whatever they read, they just blap out? Or do they feel something? Are they the light? Are they a high frequency being? Do they actually know? Do they actually know that the physical part of the body is what? 0.000000006%. The actual spirit part of the body, because we're made out of 1 quadrillion atomic particles. And those atomic particles, every one of them has empty space inside. No, they don't. It has a tornado called your spirit energy. You think about that today and find out if you should feed your spirit or just, honey, are you full yet? God bless. Have the best day of your life, and we'll catch you tomorrow morning. Good day, brave hearts. I know that you know that the landscape has changed. I know that you know that people like myself are being censored. Understand something, though. They can shut me down, but they can't shut me up. If you want the real truth and you want me to actually keep bringing information that I truly believe can be not just life-changing, but life-saving, please go to my Telegram channel, t.me/the Doc of Detox. First, you have to download it. You can download it on your phone or on your computer. Also, you can go to my BitChute channel, the Doc of Detox. I am going to continue to give you the most amazing information to help you to change your brain, to change your life, to save your life, to help your family. But some of that information can never come on some other platforms, and you know that already. So I don't want to get shut down, and I don't want to shut up. So go to BitChute, go to Telegram, but on Facebook, I'll keep coming here and pouring out my heart and teaching you how to take massive personal action on your life. And everything that's on Facebook, everything that's on YouTube will always be on BitChute, and it'll always be on Telegram. Love yourself well, Braveheart, but take massive personal action. You are the change that you've been searching for. God bless.
Free socks. Waterfasting.
All around the world.
Good afternoon, everyone, and it's an honor to be here to see all you brave hearts.
Good day, I'm Dr. Darrell Wolfe. Do you know why you or your friends or your family are struggling with their health? Well, because they've never been given a strategy. And every time they go to see a health practitioner, whether it's medical or natural, all they're doing is getting Band-Aids. What if we were able to create a strategy that you could create the perfect day from the minute you woke up until you went to bed, and then we continue to guide and support you along your journey as you grow, your program grows. And what if you only paid one price, and you had unlimited support and guidance for the rest of your life? That's called the Perfect Day Consultation.